Hello everyone, welcome to the Nobodies, and today, what are we doing?
We are talking to the great Felix Weaver. How are you today, buddy?
The great Felix Weaver.
Great.
I would say that.
Come on, man. We've watched a bunch of your videos, and you are great.
Wow, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so we noticed that you have, 5 or 6 videos out only in the last couple months. How do you get so many videos out so fast?
Well, that's like the way the music business is now. No one cares about seeing a static image. Everyone wants to see something, looks and all this visual stuff. That's like 80% of the song. And then if the song is good, then that's just an add-on, But yeah, I was just in the US recording, and I came back and just got down on the videos and was like, look, I need to get these songs out, but like I said, no one cares about a photo, so I have to get some really good videos and yeah, just sort of churn them out as much as possible.
So do you try to make a video for every song, or?
Yeah, I have a video for every song except one. So,
really? Is that one gonna happen? Are we?
Maybe, I don't know. It's not like it's not my favorite song. I like it, but I'd rather have the most powerful songs to have the best videos, because I feel like they deserve it a little bit more.
Absolutely. I'm sorry to realize this. I think it's sort of a British thing too, because I remember the Beatles had like thousands of songs back in the day. Now that I'm thinking of it.
Yeah, sure, man. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a huge difference between American and British artists, and even like Australian and stuff. It's just the way, if you make it in Australia or in England, you've only really made it there. But if you make it in the US, you've made it everywhere.
Yeah,
and if you make it in New York, in America, then you've really made it everywhere.
Exactly. Yeah, man.
That's a very tough place to get big, is in New York City.
So, you're British, right? We know that. How the hell did you end up in Dubai?
So, I was actually born on an island just an hour's flight from here called Bahrain, which is like connected to Saudi. And I grew up there. I lived there for 12 years, and then I've been in Dubai for 8 years. And then it's only recently, I've always been recording. I never really recorded in Dubai. There's not really a music scene here, unless you want to go play like Bruno Mars at brunches and stuff. But I don't really want to do that. But now definitely the focus is on the US. So sort of leaving this behind. If I could move tomorrow, I would. But easier said than done.
So do you walk around with the garment of the Dubai people? What do they call it? A gown? What's it all called?
No, that's not for me.
So do you just stick out like a sore thumb?
To be honest, yeah. Oh my god, I look like a complete weirdo. Actually, it's super elegant, but no. They're just like, what is this white, blonde-haired, blue-eyed kid doing?
doing here? Yeah.
Yeah.
It must be the drugs.
So.
Oh yeah.
All right. Done talking about where you're from. How did you get into being a band? Tell us about it.
Well, I guess I actually all started as I started playing the drums when I was like 6, and just started smashing all this kind of stuff. And then one day my drum teacher came in with a guitar, and boom, straight away I switched and started writing music. And I guess I properly started playing when I was around 10 or 11 with guitar. And then I guess slowly just being in my room every day. I left school when I was 12 years old just to do music, which is a little bit unorthodox. I wouldn't suggest it, but for me, I guess it sort of worked out. But I mean, my dad knew that music was the only thing for me and is the only thing I wanted to do. And so I just dedicated all my time to it pretty much.
So I assume you spend most of your time working on both guitar and drums, or did you just end up start committing 100% to
No,
guitar?
I just went straight to the guitar. I left the drums behind.
My
I
man.
just like I was like, dude, I need to play this because I loved playing the drums, but I guess I didn't. Maybe my teacher wasn't the best, and like if you play drums, you have to play drums to music. You have to play it to your favorite songs, and like if I wanted to play like to Metallica and like Iron Maiden and stuff, but I was just doing it like all the boring stuff, and I just couldn't do it. It
Yeah,
just wasn't for me. It's too teacher like, and obviously I left school, so wasn't a huge fan on that.
I understand. That was sort of the same reason I stopped doing piano a long time ago, because they just wanted me to do classical. And I was like, that's
Right.
really boring to me.
Just do what you like and what you feel is right. Like I have no idea how to play the piano, but I've written a few songs on it, just messing around. And same as guitar, I'm completely self-taught. I've never had a lesson, and but I understand theory and all that kind of stuff. Or I don't understand it, but I understand why people would do it, and I get it. But I sort of think that it's like there are no rules and there are no wrong
Yeah.
notes. You play whatever you want to play, and if it sounds good to you, that's what matters.
Yeah, I don't think it's until you start like writing songs that you realize how important music theory is. Because there are certain things you're like, wow, I understand why this doesn't work.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, there are some things that sound a little bit weird, but also they stand out. So you need that balance.
The people that you play with, are they from Dubai, or are you like going through emails and?
So the guys in my videos are basically they're with me if I like have a couple gigs here and stuff. They're like session musicians, like daily musicians. They play shows here and stuff. And then actually originally I met them because we needed someone for the video, and then we had a really good connection. They're all English as well. Dubai is like a completely international place, so like I think only 10% of the population here is actually like native to Dubai.
Really?
Yeah, so everyone's just from all over.
It's a very rich country, correct?
It's probably the well, Dubai is one of the cities, and I think it's probably 100% the wealthiest city in the world, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and really safe as well. Like you can walk anywhere, anytime. 4 a.m. in the sketchiest area, no one will even look at you weird.
Yeah, we get on a
So,
train and
good
someone
place.
with drugs walks up to us.
Yeah. Good place to grow up.
That's good. That's good. So, excuse me. So, how many albums do you have to date?
I've released an acoustic EP of 5 songs recorded with a guy called Stephen Haig. It was in the UK. Actually, he's from the US. He did stuff with like Pet Shop Boys and Frankie Goes to Hollywood, that kind of scene, like Peter Gabriel, that kind of stuff. And that was really cool. And I love those songs, but I've metal and rock and all that kind of stuff is in my heart. And I was just thinking like, with these songs, if I play them on stage, people are just going to watch and no one's going to move. And I was like, I gotta step it up. Yeah. And I was really fortunate to get endorsed by this guitar company in Germany called Duesenberg. And they put me in contact with a producer there that's also a Duesenberg artist. And then I released an album with him of 9 songs. And then just now I released like a little mini EP of 3 songs, which is what I recorded in the US just a couple months ago.
So how long ago was each of these? Like at least the first one.
I was 16 for the first one. Next one I was probably around 18, and then now I'm 20, and I just did that. So all about 2 years apart.
Gotcha. Okay.
He's 20.
Yeah. That means I'm gonna start music now. Don't get ready.
It's never too late.
It's never too late. Exactly. That's what I was trying to tell him.
So, the one song we've reacted to for our channel so far has been Parasite.
Yeah.
What is that song about? Because at first we thought it was about a person, then it was like maybe it's drugs, and then maybe, oh god, it's gross, there's a lot of blood.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you think that. So what happened was I had the concept of the song, like Parasite, which I originally wrote, and I took it to this producer. His name's Joe Ricard. We recorded in Howard Benson's studio in LA, and and we just went back and forth, sort of bouncing off each other, and pretty much rewrote the entire song within about 2 days, 3 days. And at first, I was a bit like, oh, I don't know if this can work out. I've never, probably wrote a song with someone before. And then I heard the first mix. I was like, this is pretty bloody good.
Yeah.
Pretty bloody good. Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty bloody good. Yeah, exactly. So it was originally about me being the parasite, like, to myself, and then when we rewrote it, it's a bit more maybe commercial or whatever, and it is about like a girl or some sort of love. I like how it could be interpreted in different ways. Like you said, it could be drugs, it could be whatever. But
yeah, it could be a bad job. It could be anything. It's
exactly,
a parasite.
Exactly. It's like, yeah, you can't get enough of it, but you just don't want it.
Exactly. Even the music business could be a parasite at sometimes if you think about it.
It is.
It
is.
How many people you run into that try to stab you in the back, and they promise you the world, and before you know it, how many times has that happened to you?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been pretty lucky, to be honest, and I'm working with a producer now, actually just outside of New York, and he's awesome, man, and he's really like a light in the dark for me. So I got my fingers crossed every day.
How many countries have you visited?
Oh man, I have no idea. Too many, because Dubai is like the travel hub. So it's like 5 hours to get to Asia, 5 hours to get to Europe. The only place that's far away is the US. So like, it's so easy to travel. And with Emirates, it's like the biggest airline in the world, so they go everywhere. And
all the time,
yeah, man, and it's super easy.
So do you travel for tour reasons, or is it just to work on songs?
Well, now pretty much all of my travel has been like work related. So not touring, but recording and stuff. I'm not really at a point where I've been like approached to like, go on tour with someone. So I'm hoping that in the next couple of years that will sort of pick up a little bit. Also, I guess with COVID and everything, no one was performing, but now everything is like boom, coming straight back in. So it's a good time actually. Yeah, and everyone wants to go out. Everyone wants live music, and there's a big wave of rock coming in, and I don't really like it, but it shows that people want it, and these like new kids, they're like, wow, I've never heard this before, and when realistically it was done like 10 years ago, but they were like not even born yet, or
Exactly. So we noticed that your music sounds like the new metal era. The new metal era definitely disappeared, but I don't know if you heard of bands like the new band Chaosium.
Bias.
Check out this band Chaosium. You're gonna fall in love with them. But yeah, you fall right into that category again of like a whole bunch of bands that are coming out that are bringing back the style, and it's like, oh, thank God, because that was a great era.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird with metal and rock because, I mean, any music, because there's so many people doing it that everything just ends up sounding the same. Or it's like, oh, it sounds a bit like that, but it sounds like that. And it's like, it's really hard to like, be like, this kind of sounds like this, but I don't know what I'm listening to. Like that's what you need. And then you see it with these like metalcore bands or whatever. Like I love it, but they all sound the same.
100%. 100%. It's very, very, very hard to create your own sound because, like you said, so many people play. But
there's nothing original anymore.
But you have a very unique voice, and that's what we noticed. That's what we noticed. We're like, you know what? It's very rare that you sing with an accent because a lot of the British, when they sing, they sound 100% American.
Yeah.
You sound British, so you're already creating a different vibe that we've never heard before.
Well, I'm glad you think that. Sometimes, I mean, it is pretty hard to sing with an accent because also you're like going against what you actually should be like doing with your throat. So definitely there's a couple of things I need to work around, to do that. So I do understand why they do sound a bit more American, but it's just like the little words, like you guys say can't and I say can't, so it's like, and then like people pick that out and they're like, Oh, I didn't know you were saying that. You
Yeah.
know.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
Well, honestly, when it comes to New York too, we have tons of faith in you specifically, because like I swear there is a new band in every theater here on Long Island and New York every week.
Awesome.
I think you have to just find this one place who wants you here, and you'll be set for life.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, New York. I mean, so is that? I was just there about 2 months ago. I was in an area called Montclair, which is just outside, and so that's where the producer lives that I'm working with now, and I was staying with him, and we went into New York, and it's pretty cool. And we checked out a couple of studios. You could tell that there was a bit of a vibe going on, you know.
Mhm.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely. You got so many
yeah,
theaters. Irving
yeah.
Plaza, Gramercy. I could go on and on and on.
Yeah, it seems like I was in Vegas, LA, and New York. New York was my last stop, and it seemed like everyone that thinks they're the best is on the West Coast, and then everyone that actually is on the East Coast.
Let's go. You'd understand how
I
personal
might
that
be
is to
wrong.
us.
I might be wrong.
No, you're
but,
100% right.
Wow. Say that in the rap world.
yeah, oh my god, yeah.
So, do you have any big travel stories then, or?
Yeah, what's some experiences, like what have you learned from traveling so much?
Mhm.
I mean, I guess I've just been really lucky, just being able to travel everywhere. You know, even when I'm younger on holidays and stuff, just because the location I'm in. You know, so when I go and record it in Germany or in the US or whatever, it it's sort of like I know what to expect just because I've been accustomed to it growing up. You know, so and also I'm not a party freak. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs or anything. You know, so I'm
I wish
yeah
I could.
yeah. It's just you know I'm there to make the best music I can, and I if that means going to bed at 8 p.m. and waking up at 6, so be it. That's what you have to do.
Mhm.
What do you mean?
You
You
know.
don't know if you take heroin, you're gonna be the best musician ever?
Well, you never know. You never know.
No,
Come
that's
on,
what.
everyone was taking
Listen,
drugs
that's
back
what
in the
happened
day.
with Dave Mustang and Megadeth. He had somebody come up to him and said, "Yo, Dave, if you start heroin, you're gonna make the best music ever." And before you know it, he's in rehab 19 times. But he
Yeah.
wrote great
That's
music.
not where I thought that was
Yeah,
going.
yeah. Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, what was the Bring Me the Horizon singer? He stopped taking drugs and he started singing and stopped screaming.
Mhm.
But to be fair, I
No,
mean,
you don't listen. If you don't do it, God bless you. That at your age and the peer pressures that are out
Mhm.
there and the stresses of life. That's what kids seem to they rely on, and
they need it. They
good for
need
you,
it.
good for you. It's like my son. My son, at least he tells me he's clean, but I'll
Yeah.
I'll believe him.
Yeah, you seem to have that like hardworking mindset, and I respect the hell out of it. So, is there any bands you want to collab with in the future?
Oh my god, I wouldn't even know where to start. I mean, like, the problem is there's so many bands I'd like to, but it's like, what would actually work? Like, my favorite band of all time is Metallica. I just think they are the best, and James Hetfield to me is like, I feel like I know him, you know, and but I know there's no way I will ever have a song with Metallica. But you know, I do love bands like Bring Me the Horizon, and I guess they do sort of match up a little bit. A dream one would be Marilyn Manson.
That would be sick.
That would be so cool, man. I think he's incredible.
Listen, you know
Bon
what?
Jovi.
You never, ever, ever know. People start from somewhere, and before you know it, they could be the next big thing next to sliced bread.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, it's
you
true.
know what I mean? You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So, what do you got coming up in the future that you want to tell everybody?
Yeah, brag right
yeah.
now.
Yes.
I'm not doing right.
Sell yourself.
Okay, let me think. No, so I'm heading to work with this producer in hopefully the next 2 months. I should be there, ready to get the songs going. He's incredible, man. He produced all the Paramore stuff and Breaking Benjamin and like the list is just stupid, man. Like you mention anyone and he's like, oh, I know that. I remember I had a conversation with him and we were talking about The Shining, and I was talking about Jack Nicholson. He was like, yeah, I almost beat him up because he was hitting on my wife. So I'm like, he's the guy, and but he's really fantastic, and we have a great bond. So I think I think everything's going to go really well, and I can see that he really believes in the project. And although I've had great times working with these other producers, I don't just want to go in, pay for a song, get a song, and leave. I want it to be a collaboration, and I want them to believe in me and my ability as much as I do with them.
Well,
So
a lot of these producers, if they don't think that you're good, they're not going to waste their time. So
yes.
just keep that in your mind. You know what I mean? Like you're already one step ahead if you've had conversation with the guy. You're already one step.
Right, yeah, true. Just bombard everyone with emails and they'll reply.
That's what he does.
That's what I do. I jump into everyone's private message and I it's like I'm fishing and I pray somebody bites, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I mean, before I went to LA, I sent an email. Do you know Chris Lord-Alge, the mixer? Chris Lord-Alge.
I don't know too many mixers and producers.
Man, he's a really fantastic guy. And basically, I was just emailing him like not every day, but because he responded to one, I was like, "There's no way this dude responded." And I kept emailing him. I was like, "When am I seeing you? When am I seeing you? I'm in LA, blah blah blah." And I just got a message. It was like 3 p.m. That was the location. I was like, "Boom,
let's go!" Yeah.
And as long as you're not rude, it doesn't matter.
Listen, you know what? I've talked to a lot of people who have 400,000, 1 million subscribers, and they say they get so many messages that you have to put it in every single day. Eventually, they will see it, but 99% of the time, they're not being rude. They're really not seeing your messages.
Yes, 100%. And I mean, if you email 50 people and only 5 people get back to you, that's 5 more than you originally had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So.
Listen, I've been learning Adobe Audition. If you ever need to spend a quick $20 on someone, I got you.
Yeah.
that's the most I got. So you have nothing, like, you have something prepared for the future, you're just not 100% sure what yet, or?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm definitely going to be releasing an album soon.
Okay.
100% with this guy. I mean, the plan is to make it blow up and become the biggest rock star the planet's ever seen, but that's not an easy plan to have. So
that's 2 steps. That's all it is.
Yeah,
it's a great plan.
But, we'll see how it goes.
That's like us. You know what? We're on with you. You're on with us, and we could be like, oh my God, we had an interview with Felix when he was just starting,
mm-hmm.
and then you'll be like the next freaking big thing, and we could be on your stage somewhere in California because you brought us VIP. Wink, wink.
Yeah. You'll be the first ones with the tickets.
Oh, thank you.
You're awesome, man. We asked the same question to every interviewer or interviewee. What do you want to say to anybody getting into the business or getting into music? What to look out for, what to strive for. What do you got?
If you're not 100%, 110% dedicated, and you're not willing to risk absolutely everything for it, then don't even try. Because it is like there was a quote that I heard, and it was there's 2 sides of the music industry. There's one side that is just filled with business-minded, blood-sucking leeches that want to take all the money they can from you and
Parasite.
just strip you of everything you have.
Parasites.
And then there's a bad side as well. So
respect.
Yeah, but what if someone just wants to pick up a guitar, play with a band, have a good time, and go out, and not even want to go as far as you want to go?
Dude, as long as you're having fun, who cares?
Right? That's what the music is. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, if you're happy, and of course, if you're trying to make it big, there are some risks that you're gonna have to do, and you might have to be a little bit commercial here and there.
Mhm.
But
Oh, don't sell out, man.
if no, not sell out, but you have to be smart.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just have fun, be happy.
Mhm.
And if you're not happy doing the music, then you should find something else, and that makes you happy, because that's the most important part.
100%. So you're not. So you no college, no school, no one's giving you lessons. Anything that has to do with teaching, nothing.
Nothing.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah.
I
mean,
respect that, dude.
unless it's YouTube. YouTube counts. YouTube is my teacher, I guess.
Yeah.
Or just like I had a like 3 sheets of paper on my wall, and they all had like every Metallica song on it,
Mhm.
and I would just I would like learn a new one every day and cross it out, cross it out. So I guess I'd listen to it and I'm like, oh, that sounds about right, and they're all in the same tuning. So,
Dude, if
No,
a degree, yeah, if a degree didn't look really nice to employers, I would just learn everything through YouTube. That's all it is.
That's all you need, literally, and it's right there. It's literally right there in front of you.
Yeah.
Or you listening to it, and you just your own kind of, you might not be playing it right, but it's right to you.
Yeah, I just changed the filter on my refrigerator from YouTube.
Exactly.
Now I got fresh water.
And now you're going to be a billionaire because you've like created your own like filter business, and like out of nowhere.
Yeah. That's funny. All right, so you want to end this on a great note?
Yeah, I think we're pretty good. Is there anything else you'd like to say to the people?
You want to
It's broad. I know.
play live for us? You got a guitar? You want to put something down for us?
Man. If it wasn't 2:30 a.m., I would. But I would love to have another chat with you guys sometime.
Oh,
maybe
absolutely.
After my trip to the US, and yeah, you guys are awesome. You guys are great, and I love the reaction. I thought the reaction was super cool. All my friends watched it, and actually, my friend called me this morning. He's like, "You see, there was a new review on Parasite." I was like, "How did you see it?" I was like, "I didn't send that one to you." And it just came up straight away, and I was like, "Man, that's so sick."
Love to
So
see
they're
it.
all watching it, and
That's
yeah,
it.
man, really fantastic.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you like the song, and I
it's
know
so
it's a
good.
little bit, it's a little bit gruesome, but
Oh, you
Man.
don't know him with blood.
Dude, I just don't like blood. That's
He's-
all it is. The song's great.
No, he passes out. He turns green. He goes and vomits. When I get a pinprick, it's that bad.
It's not wrong.
yeah, I mean, you need to be. Everything is too clean cut now.
Yeah. Well, how did you do that? That was one of the questions in the video. Would you stick
Oh my
capsules up
God.
your nose, and how did it happen?
So there's actually a couple takes, and if you look at the video closely, you can see my face was already a little bit red because we had done it about 2 or 3 times before that. And basically, what we do is we had a click coming into the song, and then I would come in and do and sing. So I was like that. My dad had a syringe with fake blood in it, and I was back like this with the blood in my nose waiting as it's like going down my throat. And then like action, and I go down and I play it, because with that, we're covered in white and we've got the white guitars and everything. You've only got one shot.
Yeah.
So we got lucky with that one. That's probably my favorite shot.
Yeah, that was another question. How was it cleaning your instruments? They must have been destroyed, right?
No, they're gone. They're gone. Yeah, no, it was, I bought a sort of cheap rip-off Gibson thing. We sanded it down and painted it, and it looked all right. My friend lent me his like $800 ESP bass. And I was like, maybe it'll work after. Nope, not at all. And then we just got some drum kit, and it was worth it for the video.
Yeah,
I
was sitting there. That's all I was thinking about. I was like, oh my God, those poor instruments.
Yeah, no, they didn't pull through.
See?
One hell of a way to
These
go.
are great questions. All right, man. You want to do an outro? Well, you be part of our outro.
Yeah, you're gonna join us at the end here.
Okay.
So everyone, remember to hit that like, subscribe button, and tell us down in the comments section below if you enjoy the Felix Weaver Band. It is pretty impressive. And press the next subscribe button to get notified every time we upload a video.
Every time.
Yes. Felix, thank you so much for joining us. This seriously meant a lot, and this was a very fun interview.
Of course, yeah. Thank you for having me. You guys rock. I love what you're doing, and yeah, I'll next time I release a music video, sending it to you straight away, and we'll have another chat.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Son.
And I'm Father. And you are?
Felix Weaver. Come on.
Yes. Rock on.
Go.